I'm here as part of a dedicated team headed by the charity's founder Sue Shewood and Sabah Wildlife Department on an incredible mission. We are going to head deep into the jungle of eastern Borneo to release 2 rehabilitated orangutans back into the wild. These are the 2 orangutans that are going to be released into Tabin in East Sabah, and they're ready. They've been through all their checks, their health checks and quarantine, and they're healthy enough and fit enough to make the journey and be released into the wild. Now we've got Ganang here, who's pulling on my hand, and we have Rosalinda, absolutely beautiful female orangutan. Now Rosalinda, if I can get my hand away from Ganang, has a real story. Her mother Jessica was actually an orangutan here that went through the rehabilitation process, then gave birth to Rosalinda, but unfortunately her mother died, so Rosalinda was an orphan here too, and has now gone all the way through the rehabilitation process and is finally being let back into the wild and is going to go free, which is absolutely incredible. It's 5 AM and we're going to load up Rosalinda and Ganang, and some of her friends have already come to say goodbye, which is so touching. Salamat's on the other side of that cage, Cheria was here earlier, and Wilma as well, so they know they're going, and it's a really momentous but touching occasion. But they're going to go free, and that's the best thing. Both orangutans were given a nutritious drink of milk for the long journey ahead, before being loaded up on the trucks and secured for the 4-hour drive to Tabin in East Sabah to be released into the rainforests of Borneo. However, this is just the beginning of a long road ahead for Ganang and Rosalinda as they adjust to their new home in the jungle. It's taken over 4 hours to get here to Tabin, so we're going to try and release Rosalinda and Ganang as quickly as possible. I'm sure it's been quite stressful for her, but it's been a good journey, and it'll be worthwhile when she's swinging free from the forest once again. It's been decided that Ganang's going to be released first, and then Rosalinda. So all preparations are now taking place for the release. So it's really exciting, and hopefully she'll be free and swinging from the forest in no time. Here in Tabin, Orangutan Appeal UK have implemented a one-of-a-kind, unique post-release monitoring project for these orangutans, headed by the primatologist for the appeal, James Robin. And this rehabilitation program is designed so that the orangutans released can lead a truly free and wild life without any distractions. Work started here in 2009, and we've had 9 releases to date, but today Rosalinda and Ganang make 11, so that's fantastic news. This is the culmination of the rehabilitation process, and here we've got the beginning of the post-release monitoring process with Rosalinda being released. It's a big day and it's very exciting, so let's get on with it and put her out into the wild. There are no words to express the myriad of emotions on this very special day. But this is just the beginning to try and bring this species back from the edge of extinction. After years of waiting, these 2 orangutans are back in the wild, and to witness this is truly indescribable. So the release went very smoothly. Both orangutans have been released back into the wild, so it's so exciting, and hopefully these 2 will go on to then breed and have their own young and replenish the numbers that have dwindled by over 50% in the last 60 years. I can't believe it, they're free and they're wild. It's a great day. So these guys are the post-release monitoring team, and they monitor intensively. Their work entails following orphaned orangutans from nest to nest, and an average day in the forest, a 12 or 13 hour day, will start at 5 a.m. and they'll trek all the way to the orangutan's nests before the orangutan starts their day, and then once they get there they will record data every 5 minutes throughout the day until the orangutan builds its nest to go to sleep at night. So it's really intensive, it's tough work, but we have hours and hours of data now that nowhere else in the world has done. So this is really, really unique and groundbreaking stuff. The amazing thing about the post-release monitoring project is already we've had a 100% success in the birth rate of rehabilitant orangutans, but James and his team have pioneered a new second generation of wild-born orangutans. This is incredible and so heartwarming for the future. It's a real honour and a privilege to be part of this for Orangutan Appeal UK. To be here on this day of release of 2 rehabilitant orangutans after 10 years going through the process, it's quite moving.